Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently up 0.09% to 2262. Ethereum up 1.94% to 1083. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth in the process. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. Please consider sharing and liking this video, and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as a part of our globally extended KS family. Thank you for tuning in. I very much appreciate us sharing this time together. What we've just done together is a quick run through of the crypto market. Doing this day in, day out will give you a really good feeling of how different sectors and industries intercorrelate with each other. It's extremely valuable information, especially as you refer back to it. We can see the crypto market doing okay. Bitcoin's just up a little bit, 0.09%. Come on, Bitcoin. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the Masterclass, the tax software I use, and you can get a 20% off there. And you can always reach out and directly message me on Twitter at any time. I'd like to let the Masterclass students know that I released LV21, BORSOG Secrets plus new signal chart. Ooh, it sounds so fun. As a professional, you must think in 3 dimensions at all times, not just your trade, but your entire portfolio. What will you do if things go in your direction, go against you, or go nowhere? You must have answers to these 3 questions at all times, and then just not have an answer on it. Do something about it as well. Keeping our word is a really important point of positive excellence and maintaining real wealth foundations. As a community, we subscribe to kindness, inner and outer peace. Why are these things important? Why don't we just go into battle like every other community and swear at people and do all sorts of things like that? Well, really, we want to focus on being successful, and we don't want to give any time whatsoever to any distractions. Integrity and decency is really, really important. Integrity is doing what you will say you will do. Decency is doing the right thing behind other people's backs, not the wrong thing. It's really unfortunate, but I'm hearing a constant stream of news of people who have lacked integrity and decency bringing projects down. That's just not right. All investors become traders anytime they buy or sell, but it's really hard to learn the trading mindset because it's very, very different from hodling. And so what we do is rule 760, start small and scale. The 10% per week concept or idea is a really, really powerful one. It can actually reduce a lot of stress. When you think about making a 10% return on $1,000, that would be $100 and it would leave you with $1,100. But if you just kept on doing that week in, week out, just 10% per week, you would find an annualized return on investment being a really, really good number. Now, you don't have to always get 10% per week. Sometimes the markets will be brutal, but the concept is when you have the knowledge, you understand the rules, you have patience, you have a positive excellence, real wealth focus, you can do really, really well. And what does this big percentage add up to? If you took the 1,000 and kept on rolling it over, you can see you can do really incredibly well. This is another reason to start small and scale. Many people don't like the idea of starting small and scaling, so I just use this weightlifting idea. If you got into a gym and say, for example, you wanted to lift the heaviest weight, you need to work your way through all of the other weights before you can get there. And sometimes it's just outside our capability to go, for example, if you are only 50 kilos, curling a 75 kilo dumbbell may not be the best idea. What that means is everybody is unique and you just do what is right for you. Starting small and scaling is really, really important, and I would like to share a trade with you that I did yesterday on MBL in USDT. Just to give you a bit of a comprehension, the market looked like this when I actually place the trade. Markets like this, typically people are exiting the market. They don't look at it as an opportunity. I always look at these big falls as definite opportunities, but you have to be very careful what you pick. It literally, doing BORSOG, pulls together all the different ingredients that the masterclass has to offer and puts them together. So I released LV21 to help our masterclass students out. And for the community, it's really important to understand that BORSOG requires a high degree of skill. But it is, of course, possible to learn different things, but you must have an extensive understanding because the markets reward knowledge. So MBL fell on my radar, and the masterclass students will know what that means. Then what actually happened? We can see Bitcoin just plummeting down like this. Now, one thing that we understand, and we talk about it all the time in the community channel, is that sharp angles reflect. Well done to everybody that said that in the previous video. Just excellent. And well done to everybody that said hi as well. Wow, you're awesome. The thing to note is this trade only took 5.5 hours. I'm just going to drill in here and show you what's cooking. Just drilling in, you can see that Bitcoin was coming down and down and down, hit a degree of support, and then it's kept on coming down. But MBL started to break away from Bitcoin's gravity, just like we saw Tron doing earlier. And what you can actually see, I placed the trade here. That was the buy order. And then the sell order was up here. The whole thing took 5.5 hours to run through. As always, I provide all of the trade details so you can see what's going on. You can see the buy order was placed at 30.86, just here, just there. And the sell order was 37.17, just up here. Now, why did I place the orders there? Because I looked at the market structure and I said this is reasonable for it to do this. Now you can also see that $100 went in and more than $100 came out. But how much was it actually? If you just add these two numbers together, it's 120.323,007. Ooh, 007. And of course the 99,98744. You can see that that was a 20.32% return. Now, we're not really worrying about this percentage. Anything over 10 is fantastic, and you don't have to do it in a couple of hours or half a day or even a fraction of a day. If you do it in a week, that's already awesome. But I do these trades to show you that there are always opportunities in the market. So many people are saying run away from the market. You should be running into the market. But it's helpful to know, of course, what you're doing. And I'm not even going to read out this annualized return on investment because it's just insane. But the concept is even if it was a day, you can see that that is a really, really good return. And it's probably much better than bank interest. Just one thing, when you BORSOG, you remember when it comes to BORSOGing, you're in for a good time, not a long time. Ooh, naughty Ken. Crypto technical analysts scientifically track investor attention, and investor attention is what BORSOG is all about. That BORSOG eagle swoops down on investor attention and says, thank you very much, I'm cashing in and then cashing out on that. And we know investor attention is measured by price, or more accurately, price changes. That is the reality. There are a lot of promises about different projects, but price tells the truth. What you will learn inside the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass is how to apply exponential charting or through the CTKS method. That will tell you how strong or weak resistance lines actually are. And it's very, very, very good at it. And then we look at outside trends, doing deep dives on all sorts of things, collecting probabilities, just acting like a really, really good detective, understanding how things are moving, looking for continuously reliable signals. Then we jump back into the crypto market, find the market's focus, understanding opportunities reset daily, and enhancing our pattern recognition. You can see with BORSOG, it's incredibly important to enhance your pattern recognition. And of course, when you're doing your BORSOG trades, please keep them tiny to start with. It's a really, really good idea, even if you just want to put down $5 per trade. or $5 per level. That's great. And why is that great? You say, Ken, that's just too little. I want to make all my money back that I lost. Don't think about it like that way. You cannot force the market to your will. The market just is. We just need to float down the river the market paves for us, because that's just the way it is. I'd like to thank everybody who watched, and especially those who commented on yesterday's video. We did really well. We had 180 comments. That's just awesome. That's people just lovingly sharing their experiences and connecting with each other. That's what it's all about. Art said, I'd say 90% of investors are gone from this market. Isn't that horrible? I think Art is correct. And there's so much opportunity there. That's why I'm sharing these trades with you and the greater community. So many people are saying run from opportunity. Why would they be doing that? I also want to reach out to Milton and say thank you very much for your comment. Milton says, been doing this for decades and mostly getting it wrong, but for the last 3 weeks I've been following your advice and teachings, and even with this sell-off, I am seeing 2 to 6% returns almost on a daily basis. Milton, you're a legend. I've used the compound calculator and set it at just 1% growth a day, and that over a 3-year projection looks good enough to me. Ooh, that is a lot of money. Well done, Milton. And this is the really, really interesting thing. Just low percentages, just small percentages make all the difference in the world. Feels good to be getting it right after all these years. Milton, what we all find when we're in the market for any period of time, it does take a lot of time to get it right, but when you've got it right, you can't un-get it right. It's just fantastic. I'm really so thrilled for you. TSP talks about finishing the masterclass and being a trader like Art and Crypto Turtle. That's just beautiful. And some advice to anyone inside the masterclass: please do not skip lessons. They're actually organized from my learnings and teachings in statistics. I had lectured for many, many years, first and second year statistics. I've set up exponential learning techniques. So you do one video and then the next video relies on the past video, and so the chain goes on. Please do not hop all over the place. You'll actually disrupt your learning. And to Dinesh, thank you, Dinesh. Ken, using the actual trades to demonstrate the BORSOG strategy in action is really, really educational. Look forward to seeing these trades in multiple price actions, up, down, and sideways. You can use BORSOG anywhere. Returning to the KS process, it's really important that you have positive excellence as your foundation of life, because that will lead to mastery of emotional control. When people don't have mastery of emotional control, and it is difficult to get, you have to challenge deeply held assertions that you may not know anything about that are causing self-doubt and self-sabotage. A lot of people have found this real wealth section in the masterclass to be life-changing, and it just literally does change the perspective at which you look for things and look at things as well. When there is mastery of emotional control, when you have that professional and unemotional view of the market, you can synchronize with the market. Generally, a lot of people say, Ken, I'm losing money. It doesn't matter what I do, I'm losing money. This is because of this real wealth focus. If you're in the masterclass, please have a look at this as many times as you can, because there's a lot of self-doubt and self-sabotage, which is so insidious, and it may take a couple of times to bring to the surface. And it's also about will. You cannot will the market to do what you want. Wouldn't that be great to just wake up one day and say, Bitcoin, you're going to X thousand, and it came true? It's kind of just not like that. Life, just like the markets, has its own course. We just have to hop on, sometimes strap in, but always just flow with life. Tessa had a very beautiful comment in yesterday's video. I listen to these videos and read everybody's comments, mostly every morning before I start my day, and I cannot think of a more beautiful way to start it. How gorgeous, Tessa! There are so many valuable lessons which propels one into realizing how many kind and wonderful people there are in our troubled world. Tessa says some really nice things, and then she says, I am a complete newbie to trading and no spring chicken either. So things sometimes take a bit longer to sink in. Happy to say that I'm finally going through the masterclass for the second time, and I find it amazing how much clearer things have become. That's just so beautiful, Tessa. Well done. And we have many members of the masterclass who go through it 3 or 4 or even 5 times, and they always find something new in there. Thank you, Tessa. Just a beautiful, beautiful comment. Having the right focus before you buy or sell is really, really important. And then there's a smorgasbord of different methodologies that you can use to buy and sell, and you will just uniquely combine them. What I do inside the masterclass, I just give you the smorgasbord, and then you can combine them to fit your strengths. Everybody is unique and everybody is different. If you think about it like cooking, you are your own master chef. How you combine the ingredients, that's completely up to you. So let's have a look at the main markets and see what's cooking. Rule 225, Bitcoin can escape the stock market's gravity. We can see that globally, the markets are coming down. Russia's is going up a little. And generally, just pretty much every market is coming down. And masterclass students, you'll get this live chart in LV19. That means you can just look at it whenever you want to. What do we notice happen in the markets yesterday, in yesterday's session? We had the VIX coming up and then coming down. And what did we see with price? We saw the price went up, but it sold off into the close. We can see the Nasdaq is very oversold at present. But this is a little bit of a negative for the markets. So when we enter the weekend, we've just got to be mindful of that. We can see bond prices and bond yields starting to normalize. Gold sold off and the dollar strengthened. And look at oil. This is a really, really good thing. The fact that oil is coming down will be deflationary. That's absolutely cool. Now we look at junk bonds and we see junk bonds did in fact put in a higher low. That is a low, that is a low, but this one is higher than that one. So that's called a higher low. This is really, really good. But you say, Ken, why is it good? I don't know anything about junk. Sounds bad. I don't want junk. I want something good. Well, junk bonds are very, very high risk. And because they're effectively junk, they need a really good return on them. So this actually increasing is showing that the Nasdaq may actually turn around. We got a bit of a spike recently in the junk bond market and it sent the Nasdaq spiking. So just bear this in mind. I think that is incredibly positive. But the dollar remaining so strong is a bit of a dampener. It's really interesting that when we look at Bitcoin compared to inflation expectations, we can see that the Nasdaq and Bitcoin have been plummeting. But over this period, we've already shared 7 trades together, which are all profitable trades, all profitable BORSOG trades. And I've got stacks left. I've got weeks left to show you. So the concept is, even though the markets can do this, there's always opportunity. That's what you need to be focused on. Get focused on opportunity. I love what Rajat said because it's really, really important. The only way to succeed in the markets is to acknowledge and respect the markets. Excellent, my friend. Just beautiful. Rather than expect them to move as per our whims and fancies. Excellent. This is what the masterclass is all about. Marking up the charts, looking at the macro trends, identifying opportunities, and then pulling the trigger, all with a positive excellence attitude. Fantastic. The key in here is to respect the markets. That is incredibly important. Gratitude, learning, and opportunities are fundamental to the growth mindset. The more grateful we are, the more open we are to learning, the more we learn, the more opportunities we get to prosper. Just perfect. What often happens, you'll get conflicting signals. For example, fear came down, but the indices kind of sold off into the close. But junk bonds came up and inflation is going down. Oh, what's happening? This is really, really normal inside financial markets. What you will see is as you get better and better and better at looking at this, you'll draw more and more inferences from these macroeconomic events, and things will start to become clearer. Just go slow to go fast. Rule 45, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. We can see in terms of the KS model that we've come down to a very, very good line that tends to capture negative price momentum. Does it mean that we can't go below that line? We could definitely go below the line, and we've got a little bit of support underneath that in terms of the previous all-time high. You can see the previous all-time high is 19,666, and we're really, really close to it. We haven't pierced it yet. This red line is holding up incredibly well. This is on the daily because when we do 2 days, it allows us to view the entire chart. For example, the 2-day chart just allows us to look at this. When we get close to the line, it's really good to zoom in on the daily basis. And Masterclass students, you get my live chart in TM2. When looking at the crypto fear and greed index, we can see the fear index is 6. Basically, that is one of the highest levels of fear that you will see. And we've seen so much fear recently, and it's almost, well, it's greater fear than was experienced in the COVID crisis when the whole world shut down. When looking at Bitcoin, we can see Bitcoin currently trading at 20,492. It's above the KS model line and also above that E level of support at 2170. So what do we see here? Bitcoin has come down to this very, very strong level of mathematical support and is respecting it at the moment. Does that mean it couldn't go underneath it or it couldn't down sell more? Just remember that during this period of time, when price was literally plummeting down, we were making BORSOG trades. I have so many BORSOG trades to share with you in this particular price action. We were getting 10% plus returns just left, right, and center. Please don't buy into the news narratives. The news narrative says go hide under your bed and don't come out for another 4 years. Don't listen to that stuff. It's just absolutely wrong. And that's why I'm giving you these trades and sharing them in public, because I want you to see that it is not only possible, it's been done. And if I can do it, you can do it. And Masterclass students, you'll get this live chart in TG34. So what do we see here? Let's look at the shorts, this red line. They were spiking up, but now they've been coming down. What are the longs doing? They're starting to kick up. They're smelling a bargain. We can see that for the past 24 hours, there's been 108.25 million in liquidations across 41,249 positions. Over the past 24 hours, about 53% of liquidations, total liquidations, have been short. What about the past 12 hours? Well, it's gone the other way, about 52% long. What about the last 4 hours? Well, around 55% long. What about the last hour? 51% long. It's a good idea to get familiar with these kind of statistics. They're really, really helpful, and you can see patterns over time. We know that we're just literally into the new day, so that's why things are really, really tiny here. But if we look back to the past day, we can see marginally more shorts got liquidated than longs. Longs and shorts are always getting liquidated. They exist in a symbiotic relationship with each other. Sometimes it's more long than short, other times it's more short than long. The shorts cool the market down, the longs heat it up. And it's really good unless you are a professional, and a professional just means consistently profitable. Unless you are a professional trader or investor, please do not use any leverage. It's kind of like the story that I used to tell. A guy goes to the horse track and bets on the first race and he wins. Fantastic, woohoo! And he puts it all on the second race and he wins. Fantastic, woohoo! And the third race he wins, puts it all on. And the fourth race and the fifth race and the sixth race. And guess what? The last race he loses it all. Don't be that guy. And unfortunately, this is actually what happens. When people leverage trade, you're going to be that guy sooner or later. Sometimes it can be really good idea to get an idea of where options are expiring at the end of the month. And we can see the max pain price, the price at which most options expire worthless, is currently $30,000. That's not too bad. When we consider Bitcoin is around $20,805 right now, this is not a bad thing to just keep your eye on. There is an expectation of higher prices. We have definitely got some people putting in insurance at around the $20,000 mark. But don't forget, there are some positive or bullish momentum indicators here between 40,000 and 60,000 and some all the way up to 300. It doesn't matter what the market is, there are always opportunities. Even on a blood red day that ends blood red, you can make profit. And that's why I shared that particular trade with you today. The day ended blood red and it started blood red. And so there is always profit to be made, but you just need to know what you're doing. If we look at the past 24-hour percent gainers, we can see Stacks up 10%. Helium again, HNT has been rocketing. It's been holding up very, very resiliently. And don't forget, you can always trade in and trade out. You don't have to swap tokens. I'm just giving you a variety so I can show you different chart patterns. Helium is up nearly 9.4%, as is Waves. Ape is up nearly 7.8%. Bitcoin Cash 7.15%. Phantom 5.36%. Going the other way, greatest losses over the past 24 hours. Arweave about 7.7%. Nexo down 2.3%. Flow down 1.85%. Chainlink down 1.51%. Curve and Theta just down under 1%. Yesterday, we spoke about what are opportunities, and Jess said opportunities are for those who are ready. Really good statement. Rundle Ridge said, thanks Ken and KS family, opportunity equals a CTKS method marked up chart. Woohoo, my friend. Nice one. Patrick had a really good statement. Seeing opportunity is a choice. That is so powerful in and of its own right. We get the choice to see opportunity, or we get the choice to see disaster. It literally is those two extremes that we can look at. Seeing opportunity is a choice. It is an exercise of optimism. Reminds me of a little poem I heard once. 'Tis easy enough to be pleasant when life flows along like a song, but the man worthwhile is the one who will smile when everything goes dead wrong. Of course, man or woman, and this is really important. It is really easy to be upbeat when everything is going fantastically. After all, it's going fantastically. But when it goes like this, when it gets red, that's when the warrior blood comes out. That's when we find our steel. That's when we get reformed by the market, transformed. We become phoenixes and rise from the ashes of loss and losses. Always stand strong, my friends. That is what life is all about. We know there's always opportunities in every market, and when we look at Bitcoin's gravitational pull, we notice this particular pattern and we recognize it, and then we overlay Bitcoin's fingerprint on the specific alts. Why do we do this? Because we want to see strength. Strength is really important to understand. Ethereum currently has more strength than Bitcoin. Binance Coin, more strength, but notice that sell-off just very recently. Look at XRP making higher lows. This looks really good, but it's coming into a bit of a pattern of indecision. We need to see and wait what XRP does, but it's looking okay so far. These higher lows are a really good sign. And when we look at ADA, we can see ADA is consolidating at the moment. If we're feeling bullish, especially over a specific time period, we might say, well, look, ADA is not too bad, but you have to make your three-dimensional decisions as well. Know what you will do with your trade or your portfolio if things go against you. If they go for you, it's like, yay, that's fantastic. That's what we want. But if it goes against you, what will you do? Or if it goes nowhere, what will you do? That's really critical. Don't wait till the pain is overwhelming. Make a decision based on your unique set of circumstances and just keep to your word, to yourself. It's really important to have integrity for your own word, for yourself. Because every time you keep your word to yourself, you will grow in strength and confidence. It's very, very powerful. Solana, we can see Solana is looking a little bit weaker than what ADA is at the moment. ADA has a degree of support through this particular area. Sol is starting to break underneath, but it does have some degree of support through here and here, but it's a very different pattern. But we can see that Sol and ADA both did really well when Bitcoin decided to go up. So keep this one in mind, could be interesting. Doge, looking pretty good, looking very similar to, for example, ADA. And we can see DOT just consolidating at the moment as well. What are your thoughts on these 8? Are there any that you would like to borsog into? Thank you also to Badger for your very kind and insightful comment. There is never any need to FOMO, fear of missing out, because opportunities reset daily and price moves in waves. I could not have seen it before. With everyone saying the sky is falling, it would have been all doom and gloom for me. Borsogging is a real license to print money when done correctly. This is a great time to be learning the science. Very, very perfect word. Learning is so critical. The masterclass and daily lessons are life-changing. Thanks, Ken. Cheers, KS family. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you, Badger. It's really beautiful. And Beardy, sometimes we get so focused on a certain opportunity that was not meant for us that we nearly miss one right in front of our face that was meant for us. Kind of akin to Helen Keller's quote, as one door opens, another door is closing, but the one that's closing, don't focus on that. Let's have a look at some more community favorites. We can see Theta. Look at that strength. It's just going up and up and up. This is why you want to exercise your muscle, and it's very good. Pattern recognition is a really powerful thing to do. HNT, look at that structure. Let's have a look at SHIB, just leveling out. And which one of these particular 8 do you think most interesting? EGLD just leveling out, but look at that absolute spike. You can do really, really well, and the alts are fascinating. They're absolutely intriguing how they interact with Bitcoin's gravity. Phantom, not doing too badly at all. It's moving up there, showing some strength. And CHR is also showing some strength in there. Loopring, just a little bit of a weakness just appearing there. It's a bit different to Phantom. And we can see KNC just sort of flatlining at the moment, but it definitely has strength. Please let me know which one of these, if any, is interesting to you. Tails had a really good comment. A Japanese calligraphy artist told me years ago that we should not pass on opportunities when they arrive at our doorstep. Of course, you have to have an open mind to hear the opportunity knocking, but then you also need to overcome your fear that something bad may come of it or that you're not ready for the task. That's really, really intriguing and very, very well put. I have passed on many opportunities, and some I regret not taking in hindsight, but I also took quite a few, even though I was a little shy and I wasn't sure if it was for me, and they all seem to be connected to some of the best experiences in my life. The type of stuff you want to tell your grandchild next to a fireplace someday. Among many, I got to go to Tokyo and have my photography shown in a gallery. Woohoo, Tails! And I got to hang out and learn from Walter Murch, a legendary picture and sound editor back when I was in film school. He won the Oscar for his work on Apocalypse Now and The English Patient. So listen to the opportunity knocking, open the door and say hi. Wow, Tails, awesome story. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's have a peep at the Metaverse. What do we see? Sand just coming down at the moment, just kind of flatlining there. It's following Bitcoin's gravity, but it's stronger. Axie is stronger as well, following Bitcoin's gravity down. What about Mana Decentraland? See how choppy it is. It's really choppy. What about Gala? Choppy as well, but following Bitcoin's gravity. We can see Mana is over-exaggerating that current down move in Bitcoin's gravity. What about Engine? Engine coin. Engine is finding a lot of support through here. What about Ape? Ape is going ape. It's going for it. Well done, Ape. And you can see price is always moving in a wave. It's coming up and then going down, coming up and going down. This is a natural part of price, but we don't want to lose support levels What happens if we lose a support level? Please let me know in the comments. This is a really important question to answer. Chiliz, we can see Chiliz is showing some strength, and Chiliz fan tokens often are hidden gems in the market, especially when Bitcoin and other things are selling down. And of course, no oil escapes Bitcoin's gravity anyway. But just keep your eyes on those fan tokens for Chiliz. They're just awesome. GMT is just flatlining at the moment. Flamingo had a beautiful share on opportunities. Opportunities are always available. That's really important to note. Always available. Some people look at the world and feel like opportunities aren't there for them. Opportunities are there for them. They're there for everybody, but you have to open your mind to see them. Opportunities to learn, opportunities to help others, opportunities to make money, to be kind, to regain one's health. There are limitless opportunities to always do better, and they reset daily. You get a new batch of opportunities every single day, home delivered. Thank you, Flamingo, for your beautiful share there. And Brett, opportunities are friends we have not yet met. How cool is that? Lessons we didn't know we needed to learn. Awesome. A bandage for a wound we thought had healed. A hug we really need. Excitement that we thought was fear and confidence we didn't know we had. It is a window into a better world. But often we first need to pass through a corridor of fear to get there. However, fear and excitement need not be opposites. They can be brothers. Yeah, bro, hang out together. When opportunities knock, picture the world, that world through the corridor, and ask yourself, are those anxiety knots of fear or butterflies of excitement for the thought of a new life ahead? Wow, Brett, awesome. You might not regret trying, but you will regret not trying. And sometimes that's all an opportunity really is. It's just trying it out for the first time or picking yourself up again and giving it one more time. Opportunities are gifts from the world of plentiful, of abundance. That's just beautiful, Brett. Let's have a look at some more community favorites. We can see Stellar following Bitcoin's gravity, but looking a little bit more upwards. You see Bitcoin is going downwards. That's not bad. Keep it up, Stellar. Let's have a look at CRV. CRV showing a little bit of strength there. AVAX showing strength. We can see Arweave starting to come down, losing its strength. Oh, poor Arweave. Needs a hug. Zilliqa, we can see ZIL just coming upwards, but we can see this sell-off that's been coming across the board. What about Uni? Uniswap is doing really well, but it's coming into this resistance line, so just something to pay attention to. But it does look pretty cool. FTT or FTX token, we can see just hampering, getting its progress hampered by this naughty resistance line. Resistance line, go away. And Tron, what do we can see from Tron? Again, it's under this resistance line. I really like Rich's comment. Hi, I'm awesome. No, you're awesome. Everybody is awesome. I just love it. Yeah, everybody is awesome. And to Dennis and all the other people who reached out and said hi, you're definitely very awesome. Looking at Near is not doing too badly. And what about Matic? Matic is showing a degree of strength. But as Bitcoin's gravity pulls on the alts are going to move with it. And we just know price is always moving in a wave. ICX not looking too bad, consolidating above this support. Quite nice. VRA really, really choppy. Some good little spikes in there. Rose not looking too bad as well. We can see there's some strength returning to the alts. KSM is just moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. You can notice this particular gradient, this slope. If we were just to intersect the average points on this line, it's going down. But that's quite different from when we look at Rose. It's more flat. This is more going down. This can be something that you can use to look at your charts. IOTA, we can see that average variability around those data points is going up. That's a good sign. That's what we want. So well done, IOTA. And T-Fuel, very choppy little T-Fuel is, but it's going in the right direction. I'd like to share a community trade. A very beloved community member, family member, reached out and said, Ken, can you share this with the community? And I am doing so now. Thanks so much for that. And I have so many trades from beloved community members to share out with you. So I'll be doing that as well. When we look at KDA versus USDT, we can see Bitcoin was selling down hard and KDA was going in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. So where was the opportunity? Of course, we were looking at this particular sell down here. What did this beloved community member actually do? Let's just zoom into the recent price action, and maybe we'll go down to a 15-minute view because that gives us an idea of the choppiness. And let's have a look at the trade. So we can see this beloved community member bought on red here and bought on red here, and sold on green here and sold on green here. Now, what did that mean overall? First thing that we should look at, don't worry about timing tops and bottoms. It's irrelevant. What you do is just to lock in a specific percentage, and that percentage must be in accordance with what you feel the market should be able to give you. It's not about forcing the market to do something. We can't force life and we can't force the market. We just have to move in its natural rhythm. What I do when I look at these trades, I want to make sure that everything is aligning. So what we can see, two sell levels, one at 1758 and one at 1576. So 1758 and 1576. It's like being a forensic accountant to do this kind of stuff. Then the next one is buying at 1385 and 1597. So 1385 down here and 1597 along this line. And what we can actually see, for example, if we just pull that back a bit, we can see that the price was coming down. What did this beloved community member do? They lowered their average buy price, and that is a very, very smart thing to do. And then they saw maybe it was getting a bit choppy, and they said, okay, I think I'm going to take a little bit of the risk out. So they bought on red and they sold on green. And they probably felt bad about missing this spike, but never feel bad, because what is actually happening, this is just a really conservative play to just get below this resistance level. So, and it's thinking about taking this trade and selling it and selling this trade up higher. And why didn't this beloved family member just put a trade here? Well, maybe they just weren't at the computer or they weren't looking at the chart. And this is what you will find will always happen to you as you're doing your BORSOG. What you can do to get around this is when you buy, when you get an order filled, you can put a sell order on it somewhere. And that just really depends on the percent and how long you want to wait. And it depends on market conditions. It depends on so many things. But this can be a really, really good way to take the stress out of the market. And don't worry about buying the bottoms and selling the tops. That's just not required. So what happened here? Let's go the next step. What does all this mean? Yeah, that's what we want to see. So we've got this 220, 15434, that one, and the 227, 5744, that one there. So it's 447, 72874. You can see that I like using exact precision. That's just the kind of guy I am. I like getting really exact. 199, 994, and 199, 99,231. There you go. So about $400. So there was a $47 profit. Now what does that actually add up to? And we want to get some kind of understanding between the 12th to the 16th as well. So let's bring on board the percentage return. Well done, 12% return. Absolutely fantastic in under a week. That's just awesome. Just 4 days later, already got over 10%. This is just fantastic stuff. Now, when we look at the annualized return on investment, that's a very, very healthy return on investment, annualized. But what we actually do when we BORSOG, and what I would like you to do when you do your BORSOG trades, just start small. It can be $1, it can be $5, 10, Don't worry about lifting the heaviest weight in the weight rack. Don't worry about any of that stuff. You don't compete with anyone. You're here to learn. So when you actually go and place your trades, try and understand how the market is moving, and just don't throw a dart at a dartboard. Try and understand it. Mark it up with the CTKS method so you understand where the chart is heading. And never, ever, ever get caught into this thing where you say, oh, I missed the bottom, I must have done something wrong. You did nothing wrong. You might say, oh, I didn't sell this spike. You did nothing wrong. And what you will actually find as you do more and more and more of these trades, you'll get better and better and better. And that is what it's about. And when you're feeling really confident, when you're consistently profitable, then you can start scaling up these amounts to amounts that you may feel are still acceptable to you. And don't be in a hurry. Go slow to go fast. I thought it'd be a really good idea to talk about Rule 220, live with courage. Courage is a very important thing to have in your life. Courage will dictate what road you will actually go down. If you lead a courageous life, that's different than leading a less or fear-filled life. Please let me know in the comments, what do you think courage is? How do we lead a courageous life? Not a risky life, but a courageous life. And what is the difference as well? And how do we overcome fear with courage? All of these things are really important to talk about, and I would love to share your comments in tomorrow's video. And thank you to all the very kind global family members that have sent me their trades. It's really lovely to share these with our global family. And of course, a really important question, where do you think Bitcoin is going in the next 24 hours? You feel it's coming up or down? And as we're entering the weekends, this could be really interesting. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're in the masterclass, please check out LV21, BORSOG Secrets plus New Signal Chart. You'll find that chart to be very powerful. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as part of our globally extended KS family. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers, and the CTKS ambassadors for assisting masterclass students. And of course, a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global family. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the tax software I use, and you can get a 20% discount off that, and the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. Please seek out an ambassador to get 80% off. You'll find those links in the description of this video. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.